Good morning, Paul Georgie from Allendale. It's February 13th, Monday morning, and we've got risk-on type attitude in the commodity markets here this morning. We got the main focus has been on the Greece Parliament passing their austerity plan and reducing jobs and reducing their budget in order to get in line for the request of the money from the EU. Well, that's caused a tremendous amount of rioting in Athens, and we'll see how that all works out. But they did pass the austerity plan, which now sets them up for this coming Wednesday, the 15th, for the EU to vote on giving them the money they need to make their payment that's due here toward the end of March. So still some uncertainty there. There's already talk coming out of the EU that, this is just not right. They're not going to be able to meet it anyway, and that if we give them this payment, it's just a way for them to prepare for bankruptcy. So there's still some hurdles to be made here, but today the risk-on attitude and the hopium is flowing strong with the dollar under pressure here this morning. Crude oil higher, stock markets around the world are higher on this news. And that, in turn, is supporting grain prices at the Chicago Board of Trade here overnight. Some other news that will affect directly the grain markets is the Congressional Budget Office is expecting to put out their baseline estimates on corn and soybeans today, and be announced by Secretary of Agriculture Vilsack. So we're looking for that to possibly impact markets here today as they go back to November numbers and try to calculate what they need to put in the budget and what kind of production, what kind of payments are made as they develop the budget. This year, those numbers are going to be very similar to what we're looking at today, so therefore it could have an impact on markets. Normally that's not it's a non-event. This year it's going to be taken with some importance, as it may impact the markets here. So that's something we got to watch for today. We've also got the Chinese Prime Minister or Premier traveling throughout the Midwest. He's going to be in Iowa this week and possibly in Chicago. So expecting some type of announcement about demand purchases. The last few years when he's in town, there's always an announcement of a large purchase of U.S. grain by this premier. So we're going to monitor that closely. We'd expect that it would be soybeans, and in past history, it usually encompasses some sales that have already been announced, so it's not always new sales, but it's going to have a supportive factor to the market as we approach the time period where he may make an announcement, which is expected toward the middle of this week. Weather in South America is getting some support and providing some support for soybeans as the less rain is in the forecast in southern Brazil. They had less rain than expected over the weekend, so still very dry there. Temperatures are heating up again, anywhere from 5 to 8 degrees above normal. So that's putting a little more stress on that southern Brazil soybean crop, providing some support to soybean futures. We expect this early rally could be met with some selling pressure. We closed weak in corn and wheat on last Friday. However, beans rallied sharply into the close and are now up near the upper end of these trading ranges. So the beans look much better technically. The corn and wheat still setting on their lows. If we take out Friday's low in the corn and the wheat, it opens the floodgates here for possible more selling pressure to the downside. So those are things that we got to look for in the grain markets here today and as we go through the week. In the livestock trade, cutout values, little change. Cash markets did trade on Friday. We had cattle $1 higher in Texas at 124. Some cattle traded at 123. That's a bit higher there for compared to last week. The Nebraska cattle on a dress basis traded 50 cents lower to steady, so not a lot of excitement there. But when you still look at the numbers, the Packers margins are in the red, and we still need to strengthen the retail prices and get greater demand there. On a weaker dollar, we could see that because the anticipation is that we may create more exports by having a weaker dollar. And I think that could support the livestock markets here this morning as at 9:05 when the futures open. It's going to depend on where the outside markets are. And right now, the stock indexes are indicating higher prices for the stock market here this morning. If we maintain that through the opening of the livestock trade, I would expect to see some strength there, at least on the opening. And then we'll have to see where the market goes from there. As in the hog market especially, we closed right on technical support. If that fails, we could see some further downside pressure there of several dollars. So watch that very closely. Stay tuned to Allendale's research, or contact your Allendale broker, and we'll keep you informed and let you know what's happening here in the marketplace today. Also want to remind everybody we've got a meeting in Carrington, North Dakota next Friday, the 24th. And if you're in the area, please stop in and see us. We ask you to sign up. We've got a page on the website that you can sign up for free. It's a free seminar. We've also got a meeting signed up for March 6th in Riverside, Iowa. We'd like to see as many of you there as possible. So if you got any questions, never hesitate to give us a call at 800-262-7538. We wish everybody a very successful trading day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.